The algorithm of hope. In the heart of a bustling university, nestled among towering buildings and the hum of academic ambition, Dr. Alice Collins sat in her dimly lit office, her eyes bloodshot and her spirit weary. For 18 straight hours, she had been glued to her screen, her fingers dancing over the keyboard as she meticulously analyzed rows upon rows of data. As an AI researcher specializing in medical diagnostics, Alice had dedicated the past 5 years to a singular, relentless pursuit: developing an algorithm that could detect early-stage pancreatic cancer, the insidious disease that had claimed her mother's life. Pancreatic cancer was a silent killer, often detected too late when the survival rate plummeted to a mere 9%. Traditional screening methods were not only expensive, but also riddled with inaccuracies. Alice believed, with a depth of conviction that bordered on the obsessive, that artificial intelligence held the key to spotting patterns that eluded human eyes. But after countless failed attempts, her funding was on the verge of running out, and the weight of her mission felt heavier with each passing day. Her university had given her an ultimatum: show significant progress in 6 months, or the project would be terminated. The pressure was suffocating. Most of her research team had already fled to more promising projects, leaving Alice to carry the burden alone. But she couldn't let go. Every time she thought about quitting, the memory of her mother's last words echoed in her mind. "Promise me you'll help others avoid this." Alice's mother, a vibrant and loving woman, had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer at the age of 55. The disease had progressed rapidly, and despite the best efforts of the medical community, it had claimed her life in just 6 months. The final moments were etched in Alice's memory, her mother's frail hand gripping hers, her eyes filled with a mixture of pain and hope. "Alice, you're so smart. Oh, promise me you'll find a way to catch this early. Promise me you'll help others." That promise had become the driving force behind Alice's relentless pursuit. She poured every ounce of her energy into her work, often neglecting her own health and well-being. Her colleagues admired her dedication, but also worried about her. Dr. James Thompson, her mentor, and a renowned oncologist, had tried to convince her to take a break. "Alice, you need to rest. You can't keep pushing yourself like this." But Alice was undeterred. "I can't stop now, James. Too much is at stake." One fateful night, as the city outside her window buzzed with the energy of 1,000 lives, Alice found herself once again staring at the endless stream of data on her screen. It was a night like many others, filled with the familiar rhythm of her work. But this time, something caught her eye. The algorithm, which she had fine-tuned and reworked countless times, was consistently wrong about a specific subset of cases. Instead of seeing this as another failure, a spark of curiosity ignited within her. "What if these errors aren't just mistakes?" she murmured to herself. "What if they're telling me something I've missed?" Alice's mind raced as she delved deeper into the data. She spent weeks, sometimes working through the night, analyzing these failures. Each step was a labor of love and desperation. Each discovery a small victory in a war against time and doubt. Slowly but surely, she began to see a pattern emerge. The algorithm was detecting subtle markers that previous research had overlooked. Markers that could potentially identify early-stage pancreatic cancer with unprecedented accuracy. The breakthrough came at 3:47 a.m. on a Tuesday, a moment that would forever be etched in Alice's memory. Her revised algorithm, now refined and restructured, successfully detected early-stage pancreatic cancer with 91% accuracy, almost double the success rate of traditional methods. The realization hit her like a bolt of lightning. She leaped from her chair, her heart pounding with a mix of elation and disbelief. Alice's initial excitement was quickly tempered by the daunting task ahead. The medical community was notoriously skeptical of new methods, especially those that challenged established norms. When she presented her findings at a major conference, the reception was mixed. Some praised her innovative approach, while others dismissed it as a statistical anomaly. "Dr. Collins, while your results are intriguing, They need to be rigorously tested before they can be considered reliable, a prominent oncologist declared during the Q&A session. Alice nodded, her resolve unwavering. I understand, and I am committed to conducting the necessary clinical trials to validate these findings. The next 2 years were a grueling journey of clinical trials, peer reviews, and endless scrutiny. Alice faced numerous setbacks and moments of doubt, but her unwavering belief in her work kept her moving forward. She collaborated with leading hospitals and research institutions, gathering data from a diverse range of patients. Each successful trial was a small victory, a step closer to her ultimate goal. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, her method was accepted by the medical community. The news spread like wildfire, and soon, Alice's diagnostic tool was being used in hospitals around the world. Early detection rates for pancreatic cancer improved dramatically, and the survival rate began to climb. But Alice didn't stop there. She knew that the fight against pancreatic cancer was far from over. She established a foundation that provided free screening to high-risk patients in underserved communities, ensuring that no one would be left behind. The foundation also funded ongoing research, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in the field of medical diagnostics. Today, Alice is a celebrated figure in the medical community. Her name's synonymous with innovation and perseverance. She travels the world, sharing her story and inspiring the next generation of researchers. Excellence isn't just about solving problems, she tells young scientists. It's about being willing to look at your failures from every possible angle until you find the success hidden within them. Her journey from a heartbroken daughter to a trailblazing researcher is a testament to the power of hope and the indomitable human spirit. Alice Collins didn't just develop an algorithm. She created a beacon of light in the darkness, a symbol of what can be achieved when one refuses to give up. Her story continues to inspire, reminding us all that even in the face of insurmountable odds, there is always a way forward.